Well, tomorrow is the first day of fall, and it might be a good time for you to reset with the season. It's sort of like the new year. Karlyn joins us now with ways to do that and why this kind of seasonal renewal is so important. Hey, Kar.
Hey, Tracy, how are you?
I am doing okay, and I always try and temper my response to that because my automatic used to be, I'm great, and I'm not going to say I'm great. I'm okay. I'm happy to be healthy. I'm happy to be alive. I'm happy I got my family with me. But honestly, there are days when things feel very heavy, and that is why I'm happy we're going to talk a little bit about self-care and a reset and why that's important right now.
Yes, it's such a, I don't know, I know we've all talked about how 2020 is such an unprecedented year, but I think we won't fully know the impact on our well-being, mentally, emotionally, physically, maybe much later on. So I'm really hoping that through our discussion today, there are some tips that people can just run away with and try to find a little bit of space so that you can breathe and that you can move forward with a little bit more intention and hopefully less stress and anxiety.
What should we be doing right now to make sure we're in the best possible space to deal with all of this?
I think it's important for us to take a look at what did I gain in terms of the gifts of discomfort from 2020, because I think nobody planned for this and we all had to figure it out as we went along, and as you mentioned, we kind of like put things together, not necessarily with a plan, but we kind of created the plan as we went along. So right now is a good time to probably reflect a little bit on what are some of the gifts of discomfort, what did I learn, and especially as we're moving into fall. And when I say learn, I'm not talking about learning a new skill, but from you and your life and a lot of the changes that we were in some cases forced to make, right? A lot of us might be reflecting on what are some of the cracks that COVID, or 2020, I should say, revealed. What did we learn about our society, our education system, health system, but most importantly, our home? Because now we're all forced to work, do homeschooling. Everything is coming from home. And with fall, we physically have to change our clothes, Tracy. We have to like change in terms of, especially if you're in a climate where you need a jacket to go outside. So I think fall gives us an opportunity for us to think about how can we update our sense of self? Because I think we all went through a change this year. That reflection, it is also a form of self-care. So start there.
You give many little TED Talks on your Instagram, and one of your sermons was about identifying where you are malnourished. And I felt like that was very key, that was very essential. Can you just expand on that a little bit?
Yeah, because with that reflection, it really helps you to see what kind of family agreements or contracts did we agree to. And some of them, yes, it was done via stress and duress, and we had to quickly get things together. But now we're going into fall, we can now take a look at, okay, what worked? And I use this very simple strategy, which we also have in the Success Planner, which is continue, start, stop. Make it a family event. What do I need to continue? What do I need to stop? And what do I need to start? And that malnourishment, that reflection will give us insights into, hey, I really wanted to spend a little bit more time with Tracy this year. I knew I had, Zoom fatigue, but moving forward, I really filled my cup when I connected with certain people, or that extra 10 minutes walking outside. I often remind people that selfishness is also a form of self-care. So figure out some places where you can be a little bit more selfish so that you can balance that malnourishment in your life.
One of your steps is that our mindset is very important. Let's talk a little bit about that.
I literally had to keep resetting my mindset because I thought I was good with my self-care in terms of my self-talk. But I find this year the biggest gift of discomfort I got was to identify the gaps in terms of grace and how I'm treating Karlyn, how hard I was on myself for not being able to get it together or feeling down. I didn't give myself permission to use, to pause and to really spend time with the various waves of grief that I was going through. So with mindset, what you do is that you invite awareness in. You literally self-coach yourself on, hey, what are some opportunities for me to be a little bit more aware throughout the day? Because we're now all running from one Zoom window or one internet window to the next. So with choosing your mindset, it's almost like you're setting an intention to say, no matter how stressful the outside and the world gets, I am going to be intentional with how I show up for myself, for my family, for my coworkers, how I'm showing up in the world.
That is incredible to hear. If you are looking for those daily sermons and those TED Talks, follow Karlyn on Instagram. She's going to give you what you need. You always bring incredible insights to your segment, so thanks for that. Lots to think about.